the 9 vitamins and minerals to get you out of the anxiety zone. But before we dive into these essentials, let us ask ourselves, what is anxiety and how serious this can be to your overall growth and health? Anxiety is when we feel really worried or scared about something. It can make our hearts beat fast, our palms sweaty, and we might think of bad things happening. Anxiety often happens when we feel stressed about something, like a big work task or speaking in front of a lot of people. Our brain thinks there's danger, so it tells our body to get ready to fight or run away. This response was helpful long ago when we faced real dangers like dangerous animals, but nowadays it can sometimes be triggered by everyday things that aren't life-threatening. In today's world, stressors can be less clear, and this can cause anxiety to happen a lot, even without a clear reason. Anxiety is like having a very protective friend inside your body. It wants to keep you safe, but sometimes it worries too much. If you're dealing with anxiety, remember that you're not alone, and there are ways to handle it. You can take deep breaths, go for walks, or try meditation. There are many things you can try to feel better. And always remember, at least you're not being chased by a big, scary tiger. Anxiety is like your body getting stuck in a scared mode, which is called fight or flight. Your brain senses a threat, even if it's not real, and it releases chemicals like cortisol and adrenaline. These chemicals make your heart race, raise your blood pressure, and prepare your muscles to fight or run away. The problem is that your mind can't always tell if the threat is real or not. So, if you keep worrying about money, feeling stressed by certain people, or overwhelmed by bad news, your body and mind react as if you're in constant danger. This can make you feel tired all the time and not feel well. It's essential to find ways to calm down and manage anxiety to feel better. Here are some common symptoms of anxiety. Difficulty switching off thoughts, especially at night, causing a stream of mental chatter. Trouble accessing memories, leading to forgetfulness, especially when you're not sleeping well. Feeling a lump in your throat and experiencing higher, softer voice when anxious. Nausea in anxious situations, like speaking in front of a large group. Falling into a negative mindset, focusing on the bad rather than the good in the world. Avoiding social events and other normal life situations due to overwhelming emotions. As there are many ways to help you with anxiety, which could be medication and various means of therapy, interestingly, doctors have found out that you can also counter it through what you eat and has proven very effective. We are what we eat, and since ancient times we have known that all but most diseases start from your gut. Today, I want to talk about your diet and how some vitamins and minerals can help with anxiety symptoms. If you want to feel better and reduce anxiety, you should focus on getting more of these helpful nutrients. These are the 9 vitamins and minerals that will surely ward off your anxiety disorder. Remember, the information provided is, for educational purposes only, and should not substitute informed medical advice or care. 1. Magnesium. Let's talk about a special mineral called magnesium, which is like a miracle worker for stress and anxiety. It does great things for your body, especially your nervous system, which helps reduce anxiety symptoms. Magnesium helps change an amino acid called tryptophan into serotonin, a chemical that boosts your mood and makes you feel good. It's also important for keeping a neurotransmitter called GABA at healthy levels. GABA helps your brain and body relax, and when it's low, it can cause feelings of anxiety, restlessness, or trouble sleeping. So, getting enough magnesium can be really helpful for feeling better and less anxious. How much each day? Health experts suggest getting around 320 to 420 mg of magnesium every day. You can get all this magnesium from the food you eat. There are lots of foods with magnesium, like pumpkin seeds, spinach, bananas, avocados, dark chocolate, and cashews. They are good choices to add to your meals. Some people, like menopausal women, may want to try a magnesium supplement if they need extra help. A supplement called Menosupport Complex, which has magnesium citrate, can be a good option for them. But for most people, eating magnesium-rich foods should be enough to stay healthy. 2. Vitamin D. Vitamin D is a special nutrient that can also work like a hormone in your body. It helps your body absorb calcium and keeps your immune system strong. Surprisingly, it may also have a role in how you feel emotionally, like with depression or seasonal affective disorder. Though we don't fully understand how vitamin D affects mood, we know that not having enough of it is linked to anxiety. Your brain has many vitamin D receptors, especially in areas connected to depression. Some experts think there might be a connection between vitamin D and serotonin, which is a chemical that affects your mood. So, it's important to make sure you get enough vitamin D to stay healthy and feel good. Vitamin D is special because you don't get it from the food you eat. Instead, your body makes it when you're exposed to sunlight. But during the winter, when there isn't much sun, many people lack enough vitamin D. Although you can find vitamin D in some foods, many people choose to take supplements these days. If you think you might not have enough vitamin D, it's a good idea to check with a doctor to be sure. Some foods that have vitamin D are fortified milk, tofu, salmon, mackerel, and shiitake mushrooms. 3. Calcium. Calcium is a vital element in your body, and it's found a lot in your bones, muscles, and nerves. It plays a significant role in keeping your bones strong and helping your muscles and nerves work properly. When it comes to your mood, having enough calcium is essential too. Low levels of calcium can be connected to anxiety and stress, especially in women who have their periods. This is because not having enough calcium can lead to feeling down or anxious during PMS premenstrual syndrome. Calcium plays a crucial role in neurotransmitter function. Neurotransmitters are chemicals in the brain that help transmit signals between nerve cells. Calcium is essential for the release and regulation of these neurotransmitters, including serotonin and dopamine, which are closely linked to mood regulation and anxiety. The hypothalamic pituitary adrenal (HPA) axis is a complex system that regulates the body's response to stress. Calcium influences the functioning of this axis, and studies have suggested that calcium supplementation might have a beneficial impact on stress response, helping to reduce anxiety-related symptoms. Grown-ups who are 19 years old or older need about 1,000 mg of calcium every day. You can get most of this from the food you eat. Some people like to take supplements that have both calcium and other helpful nutrients. One popular combination is calcium and magnesium, which work together to relax muscles and reduce tension. To get calcium from your diet, you can have foods like milk, cheese, broccoli, salmon, soybeans, and figs. They are great sources of calcium that can keep you healthy and feeling good. 4. Zinc. Zinc is a tiny mineral, but it's super important for many things in your body. It helps with eye and prostate health, making new cells, and even affects your mood. Surprisingly, a lot of zinc is found in your brain, where it does some essential jobs. In your brain, zinc helps regulate GABA, the calming chemical I talked about before. It also helps make serotonin, which is another chemical that affects how you feel. Sometimes, people don't get enough zinc, and that can cause problems. You might have trouble healing wounds, get sick more often, feel down, or even experience hair loss if you lack zinc. A simple way to check if you have enough zinc is by looking at your nails. If you see small white spots on them, it could mean you need more zinc. Zinc is a tiny nutrient that you only need a little bit of, about 8 mg to 11 mg every day. Even though we don't need much, many people still don't get enough zinc. One reason is that our bodies don't absorb zinc from plant-based foods as well as from meat-based foods. So, this can be a challenge for vegans and vegetarians. You can find zinc in foods like shellfish, lentils, hemp seeds, pumpkin seeds, eggs, and potatoes. They are good sources of zinc to keep you healthy. If you're worried about not getting enough zinc, you can try to include more of these foods in your meals. 5. Iron. Iron deficiencies are widespread, especially in women who have their periods. It's not good because low iron levels can cause many unpleasant symptoms like feeling tired, out of breath, dizzy, having headaches, and brittle nails. But what's even worse for your stress levels is that low iron means less oxygen-rich blood is circulating in your body. This can lead to feelings of anxiety. Iron is a critical component of hemoglobin, a protein in our red blood cells. Hemoglobin's primary job is to transport oxygen from our lungs to different parts of our body. Oxygen is essential for the proper functioning of our brain and other organs. When we have enough iron, our blood can efficiently carry oxygen, ensuring our brain and body receive the oxygen they need to work well. Serotonin is a neurotransmitter that plays a crucial role in regulating mood. Some studies suggest that iron may also be involved in the production and regulation of serotonin. When we have sufficient iron, it may positively influence serotonin levels, helping to improve mood and reduce anxiety. The amount of iron you need each day can vary depending on different factors. Healthy men and women need about 8 mg of iron daily, while pregnant women need more, around 27 mg. For women who have their periods, the need for iron can be higher during that time. If you're a vegan or vegetarian, you might be at risk of not getting enough iron because plant-based foods don't have as much iron as meat-based foods, and the iron in plants isn't as easily absorbed. Some people take iron supplements to help, but it's essential to be cautious and not take too much. Taking too much iron can harm your body, so it's better to use a gentle supplement that your body can absorb well. BioStrath, for example, doesn't have enough iron to be a full iron supplement, but it helps your body absorb and use the iron from the food you eat. This way, you can get the iron you need without the risk of constipation. Good food sources of iron include beef, pumpkin seeds, spinach, lentils, and cashews. Including these foods in your diet can help you meet your iron needs and stay healthy. 6. B vitamins. There are 8 B vitamins, and they all have unique jobs in our bodies. But a cool thing about many of them is that they can help with anxiety. Let's talk about vitamin B1, also called thiamine. This vitamin helps turn the food you eat, like carbs, into energy that your body can use. So, it's great to remember if you often feel tired. Vitamin B1 can also help control the sugar levels in your blood, which might make you feel less anxious. So, it's good to keep this nutrient in mind for both energy and managing anxiety. Now let's talk about vitamin B3, also known as niacin. This vitamin is essential for breaking down alcohol, fats, and glucose in your body. But that's not all. Vitamin B3 also helps make serotonin, which is a chemical that affects our mood. It's a bit like vitamins B9 and B12. Folate and Cobalamin, they team up to produce red blood cells and are thought to be helpful for low mood problems like depression. So, vitamin B3 and these other B vitamins play important roles in keeping our bodies and minds healthy. Vitamin B5, also called pantothenic acid, is super helpful in getting the energy out of the food we eat. It also does another cool thing. It supports our adrenal glands. These little glands help us deal with stress and anxiety. So, having enough vitamin B5 can make us feel better when we're stressed out. The daily amount needed for each B vitamin varies. B1, 1.1 to 1.2 mg. B3, 14 to 16 mg. B9, 400 micrograms. Instead of taking separate supplements for each B vitamin, it's often better to take a B complex supplement that contains multiple B vitamins together. One such complex is BioStrath, which contains 61 essential substances found naturally in herbal yeast. These substances include B and C vitamins, mineral salts, trace elements, amino acids, and other helpful building blocks that support healthy energy levels. The best food sources for vitamin B12 are shellfish-like clams, mussels, and crab. Fish, especially Atlantic mackerel and salmon. Lean poultry, like turkey or chicken. For people who follow a plant-based diet, getting enough B12 can be a challenge. Nutritional yeast is one option, but it's not as easy to find other plant-based sources of B12. 7. Vitamin C. Vitamin C, also known as ascorbic acid, is not only great for boosting our immune system, but it's also excellent for our brain and helps with stress and anxiety. Our brain and nervous system need vitamin C to stay balanced and work properly. When we don't get enough vitamin C, it can make us more vulnerable to stress-related health problems. So, taking a vitamin C supplement or eating foods rich in vitamin C can improve our mood and reduce feelings of anxiety. Moreover, when we're stressed for long periods, our body produces a hormone called cortisol, which can be harmful in high amounts. Vitamin C helps our body manage cortisol better, keeping it at healthy levels and reducing the risk of diseases like diabetes that are linked to high stress. Daily doses of vitamin C are adult males, 90 mg day, and adult females, 75 mg day. Top food sources for vitamin C are citrus fruits, colorful vegetables, such as red bell peppers and tomatoes. 8. Omega-3. Omega-3 is a type of healthy fat that used to be very popular in the form of cod liver oil. While it's not exactly a vitamin, it can be really helpful for anxiety. Omega-3 comes in different types, but two important ones are DHA and EPA. DHA especially can be essential for our mental well-being and may lower the risk of depression. There was a study that showed taking a daily supplement of DHA could reduce the chances of getting depression symptoms by up to 30%. One reason why DHA is so good for our mental health is that it helps our body produce serotonin. Serotonin is a hormone that naturally helps control our mood. When we have a healthy amount of serotonin, it can reduce anxiety and stress levels. The problem is, many people don't eat enough oily fish, which is a good source of omega-3. Some studies suggest that only around 16% of people meet the recommended omega-3 intake. So, for those who don't get enough omega-3 from their diet, taking supplements might be worth considering to help with anxiety. There is no specific daily set for omega-3, but the general recommendation is to have about 2 servings of oily fish per week. This would be around 375 mg of omega-3 each day. Top food sources for omega-3 are oily fish and seaweed. 9. Probiotics. Probiotics are tiny living things that are good for our health, especially for our stomach and digestion. They are like helpful bacteria and yeasts that live in our gut and keep it balanced. Probiotics can do many good things for us, such as improving digestion, making our immune system stronger, and reducing inflammation. And guess what? They can even help with anxiety. One way probiotics do this is by talking to our brain through a special connection called the gut-brain axis. This connection works in 2 directions, from our stomach to our brain and back again, thanks to a nerve called the vagus nerve. The gut-brain axis is like a communication link between our stomach and brain. It's involved in many important things like digestion, mood control, and our immune system. Probiotics, which are good microorganisms, can help make this connection work better and reduce anxiety. In a study, people who were feeling very anxious were given probiotics for 30 days. These probiotics contained 2 special types called Lactobacillus helveticus and Bifidobacterium longum. The amazing thing was that the group taking the probiotics felt less anxious and had better moods compared to the group taking a fake pill, placebo, so probiotics can be like a helpful friend to make us feel less anxious and happier. Probiotics can make us feel less anxious by lowering inflammation in our body. When we have ongoing inflammation, it can lead to mental health issues like anxiety and depression. But probiotics can help with this by reducing inflammation in our gut and other parts of our body. It's a safe and natural way to take care of our gut health and feel better with less anxiety. I am also going to provide for you the other ways to battle anxiety. The first is by practicing relaxation techniques. Techniques like deep breathing, meditation, and progressive muscle relaxation can help calm the mind and reduce anxiety. Regular exercise, physical activity, such as walking, jogging, or yoga, can release feel-good chemicals in the brain, improving mood and reducing anxiety. Maintain a healthy lifestyle, eat a balanced diet, get enough sleep, and avoid excessive consumption of caffeine, alcohol, and other stimulants, as they can worsen anxiety. Challenge negative thoughts. Work on identifying and challenging negative thought patterns. Replace them with more positive and realistic thoughts. Limit exposure to stressors. Try to avoid or manage situations that trigger anxiety whenever possible. Social support. Share your feelings with trusted friends or family members. Talking to someone can be comforting and provide emotional support. Set realistic goals. Break tasks into smaller, manageable steps to prevent feeling overwhelmed. Cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, which is a type of therapy that focuses on changing negative thought patterns and behaviors associated with anxiety. Mindfulness practices. Engage in mindfulness activities like mindful breathing or mindfulness meditation to stay present and reduce anxiety about the future.